Hey everybody. Today we're going to talk a little bit about relations and functions. So it's going to be a fairly short video. It's going to go over the basics of what a relation is and what a function is. So a relation, excuse me. A relation is really nothing more than a set of points. So for example, set of points. Okay, I just made a word up. Oh, points. Set of points. And let me give you an example of what that looks like. So now here's a relation. It's a series of x and y coordinates. Same here. This is actually a relation as well. It's a series of coordinates, but that's all it is, just a set of points. Okay. Domain. Domain consists of the x values in a relation. Okay. The range is the y values in a relation. And a function, now this is the big one, because functions are something we're going to be using a lot of, and we're going to talk a lot about them. Stay with me here, because it's going to sound confusing, but it's pretty straightforward actually. A relation where for each x value, there is one and only one. Zoom out a little bit so you can still thing. And only one corresponding y value. What does that mean? That means that the x values essentially do not repeat. So if you were to look at a series of points here, so for example, let's look at this one right here. So this is actually going to be another activity we're going to do. So this is the x value, y value, x value, y value, x value, y value, x value, y value. You'll notice that these two coordinates both have -3 as their x value. Therefore, this relation would not be a function because they have the same x value. Okay. Whereas this one would be a function because none of the x values repeat. They're all unique. Okay. There's also something else somebody taught me a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, I guess. But somebody was talking about functions with me, and it's an okay. For some reason, a lot of people like this example because it's used quite a bit. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm going to use it. See if maybe you like it. Okay, so there we are. So do that. So think of this instrument here as a function, right? We'll call this f of x or something. We'll call this f of x, right? This is the f of x function, and things go into it, right? You put things into that. So let's say we put like, oh, I don't know. We'll put a triangle in here, right? The triangle goes in here, goes into the function, and it pops out. It pops out something different, and it turns into a circle. I don't know. So the triangle goes into this function. Something happens to it, and it gets altered. This is the input. This is the output, right? So the input is what you put into the function. The output is what you get out of it. The x value is the input. The y value is the output. Also known as the output also can be thought of as the functional value. So yeah, it's like I said, it's a visual idea that like you put something into this function, it changes into something else, and you get the output. Okay, so we're going to be working a lot with functions now. I just want us to kind of get the basics of what it is. I also once heard somebody describe a function as an operation or a series of operations placed upon a value, which is a pretty good definition of it. It's something you do to a value and you get something else. So yeah. Anyway, that's the basics. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.